Base building in DayZ is tough, let's be honest. If you are a new player or someone who doesn't fully understand it even, as a veteran, you could be stressed to the maximum level while trying to build a base. The threat of losing it all constantly looming over your head. So today, we're going to give you a full walkthrough. We're going to show you exactly what it looks like every step so you don't have to think about it. Let's go! We're here on our From Noob to Pro server, and my idea for this is I just wanted to walk you guys through the entire process of building, what it looks like to actually make the building happen, and to show you the sort of time that it's going to take and talk about some of the nuances of base building in DayZ. So we're going to go in here, we're going to go up to the top, and we're going to find a base builder's dream. In this barrel is everything you need for base building. All right, the first thing we're actually going to have to get out of this is we're going to have to get a rope and a long stick. And you could get this long stick just by going out to bushes and holding left click on them. And we're going to have to break down this long stick actually, because we need 3 short sticks. So now that we have short sticks, we're going to take our rope and we're going to combine it with the short sticks, sorry. And we're going to craft fence kit. You can also craft a flagpole kit like this, or if you had more sticks, you'd be able to craft a watchtower. But we're going to be focusing on the fence kit, so let's craft that up. All right. So now we have our fence kit. The one last thing that we could use that's going to really help us with base building is going to be a backpack. And not just any backpack. We're going to want a mountain backpack, or we're going to want an Alice bag, or I think it's called a field backpack. All right, so I'm going to grab this mountain backpack just so it could help us store stuff right now. And we need to go out and get some logs. So we're going to take our axe first. We're going to take our handsaw, and we're going to take a sharpening stone. These repair all of the base building things just about. So now that we have all of that going on, let's go downstairs. And I'm going to build this base exactly how I built the last video. For those of you that didn't see, I'll put it in the description below. It's the exact same base. So the first thing we're going to talk about is when we have the fence kit, when we left click, all right, let's just walk outside. When I left click, the soft side of the wall is going to be facing towards me. Now, what does that mean? Well, we'll understand it in a while, but what we're going to have to know is that placing things in DayZ, placing these fence kits, is very difficult with furniture. So, for example, in vanilla, I can't place it here. I won't be able to place it here. Everything will be grayed out, and it will make placing very difficult. On our server, we have build everywhere, so you could literally build it anywhere you want. But I'm going to give you guys some pointers for base building when you're trying to get it to set up. So let's say right now I was trying to get this wall very tight right here. Okay, like as tight as possible, so people couldn't sneak in through here and get behind here, maybe even vault over that. Who knows, right? And I'm trying to get it very tight, but let's say it was gray constantly. Something you could do is you would go to the other side, or maybe even at an off angle, and you would remember, say, okay, so the side facing me is the soft side. Okay, so the soft side's on that side. I want to go the other way. I want to get the soft side so it's facing right in that crack. Boom, okay, so we're right there. And then at a different angle, you could try and walk up to it. Something I like to do too is to shake it, and if it goes white and it's not gray, that means you could place it there, and then you could really like judge it. So let's say you placed it here. Right? Now, you looked at it and you were like, I think they could get in here, let's say. You could just look at it again and you could fold it right back up. And then you would have the fence kit all over again. So remember, the soft side is facing you. If you rotate it, and let's say you get here and like you're planning it so long and you're trying to find it and you can't find it, just right click. Right click resets everything. Raising your hands resets. And then you would left click, soft side is facing me again. Well, let's rotate it again and try and find that really nice spot right next to it to where it's snug enough to where people can't get in. Boom, right there. That's where I think. All right, so now that we have the fence up, I need to put ingredients into this fence in order for it to be a substantial fence and not just a little post in the ground, okay? So if we look and I hold tab on this side of the fence, I don't see anything. But if I go on this side, because it's the soft side, and I hold tab, I see that I need 2 logs. And this is where the splitting axe is going to come into favor. So we're going to go in the trees back here. We're going to put the splitting axe on the hotbar. We're going to pull this bad boy out. And we're going to go up to a tree and we're going to cut it down. Now, different trees will give us different resources. For example, this one gives us firewood. We don't want that. Firewood. Oh, wooden log. We want this one. Now, this tree, when I cut it down, I imagine it's going to give me 1 wooden log and then it's going to fall. Oh, 2 wooden logs. Perfect. 3 wooden logs. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the max amount of wooden logs that a tree can give you is 3. Now, I want you to process. If my base is right there, I pick up this wooden log. I'm vulnerable. I can't shoot. Let's say I had a gun in my hands. Let's say I'm trying to pull out this axe because it's my primary weapon. If I press 1 on my hotbar, the gun doesn't come out. I actually have to hold G and then press 1, and then I'm ready to fight. So you're quite vulnerable when transferring these wooden logs. So there's a risk and reward sort of situation you have to play out. If I cut down this tree right here, or I cut down that tree just like I did, people that are walking by are going to see that, and they're going to know that I'm building a base right here. So while cutting down trees, that's the time that you're the most vulnerable when building your base. If you have a friend to cover you, that's wonderful, but I normally play solo, so I would have to do this while like covering myself, put it down every couple feet, and then take a second to relax. So if I look at it here, because I brought the log to the soft side of the fence, I could left click to attach. But I need 2. Thankfully, I cut down another tree earlier, and boom, I'm ready to bring another log over to this. Alright, so now I have 2 logs, which is the only requirement down here. I need to make those logs go 1 and 2 right here. And how I do that is with one of 2 items. I guess 3 items. I need to get a shovel, a field shovel, sorry, a pickaxe, or a normal shovel. And if I look at it, it will say build base. So I could do it with that one. I'm going to show you guys that I could do it with all of them. Build base. Or I could do it with this guy. And this is kind of like, I want you to think of it as like you're digging into the ground where the pillar is going to go. Boom. So I dug into the ground where the pillar is going to go. So it went straight down. For you guys, it's going to take longer than that. You're going to be smacking, but I got admin on the server, so it doesn't let me. But there, we have the pillar. And now if I press tab once again on the soft side of the base, it's going to show me what I need in order to upgrade it in various different ways. All right, the attachments is telling me, do I want to put a camo net on it once it's a wall? Do I want to put barbed wire on the bottom or barbed wire on the top? So these ones not so important, I'm going to be honest with you. Maybe the barbed wire. But if we look at this second one here, this is what's really going to matter. This is going to seal your base. This is nails, planks, which I'm going to show you how to get right now, and metal sheets, which metal sheets are quite difficult to get. Normally, when you get a vehicle, you can transport metal sheets and it becomes something that you can really work on. So it's like the last stage of your base is upgrading it to metal. And wire, which turns your fence into a gate. So really quick, we're going to go up here. We're going to look inside of here. We're going to grab nails because we need those, as we saw. And we are going to grab, we have a sharpening stone. We have our backpack. We're going to put this back. We don't need these shovels right now. And we're going to put that back too. Ba-ba-bam. All right, we are going to go get ourselves some planks. Now, what we are doing right now is the manual labor side of planks. We are taking an axe, and we are taking it to trees and knocking them down, right? You just saw me knock down this guy. So when we knock it down and we get these wooden logs, if we take a saw, a hand saw or a hacksaw to that... Oh, wait, let me get these out of the way. If we take it to the wooden log, we can craft a wooden plank. And that's what we're going to be doing. We don't want to do firewood. We want wooden plank. Now, each wooden log is going to give us 4 wooden planks. All right? And the reason we want these mountain backpacks or the Alice bag is because we could take the wooden planks and place them the length of the mountain backpack, which is super helpful. You don't want to be running with a stack of wooden planks back and forth to your base, back and forth to your base. What you would rather do is stack yourself up with as many as you need all at once, and then slowly walk to your base with the ability to hold a gun in your hand and protect yourself. So here we go. We're crafting another set of wooden planks. So we have 4 and 4. We have 8 here. So I can stack 10 on each of these. So we're going to go around and we're going to cut down a bunch of trees. And I want you to notice when I cut down like a tree like this, it may only give me 1 wooden log. That may have been a super tree. Boom. Only 1 wooden log. So it becomes something to where you want to actually go to a place where you know you could get 3 chops out of a tree. Okay? What we're going to do right now, I'm going to show you. So I've stacked 10. We're going to put it to 12. Here we go. Now just across right here, I see some big trees. Now I'm going to do a little teleport. I'm not going to... Oh. Never mind, I don't have admin tools turned on. I forgot. I'm going to show you guys the whole thing. No admin sheets, nothing. It's going to build stuff fast. I don't have control over that. But you're going to want trees that you know have 3 hits. And if I look at these trees, I'm smelling 3 from all of these. These look like some 3 boys. They look hardy. Let's figure it out. Now, I wouldn't want to cut one on the tree line first. If I was in an actual survival experience, I want to cut it in the middle. Less chance of someone seeing it. It is very important that you don't just leave an entire area right by your base deforested for some random passerby to be like, oh, yo, this dude, oh, dude, what is this? So that's 1, 2. So I know this tree can take 3 chops. So I'm never going to do 3 chops on this tree. I'm going to do 2. And I'm going to leave this tree upright so there can be no evidence of my existing. This is an ideal situation. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to run to each tree. I'm going to try and like go down to this tree line right here and ba ba ba. I'm going to run to each tree and I am going to get 2 from each of them and fill my backpack up with wooden logs. 1 and 2. This is a thing that if you do it in the manner that I'm showing you with a mountain backpack, you really only need to do it maybe once or twice and you're going to be good to go. The alternative to this, all right, this is like step 1 manual labor way of getting planks. The alternative to this is you go to a place where planks spawn. For those of you that didn't know, there are like natural plank spawns that happen around the map. They are timber already cut that you just need to take a handsaw to or a hacksaw to. And I'll show you one of those in just a second. But I want to point out, when you're cutting down the logs, don't put the log in your hands. Because look at, now I'm like vulnerable. Remember, I got to hold G to drop it on the ground again. Instead, put the handsaw in your hands and drag the log onto you. Because let's say you were cutting it. And let's say someone ran through the trees right there and you weren't ready for them. You could just right click. That's all I did right there. I'm cutting it. I just right click. It stops me from cutting it. Cancels the animation. And then if I had a gun, let's say my axe was my gun. If I had a gun on my hotbar, I could be doing this. And then I see someone, I could press 1 right away. It cuts down the time you have to do to respawn. Versus if I had the wooden log in my hands, I have to craft. And then I would right click, and now I have to press G, and then I have to press 1. It's just cutting out 1 extra step. So always put the saw in your hand and cut the wooden log on the ground. Alright, so after a little sip of my Red Bull, can't get enough of it, I'm going to be honest. I know it's not healthy, but I can't get enough. Alright, so now my saw is damaged. My axe is still looking really good, but my saw is damaged. So what I got to do is take a sharpening stone and combine it. You always want to repair your saw as soon as it gets damaged. I've seen too many people accidentally ruin their handsaw from not realizing, oh, I thought it was only damaged, but it was badly damaged. Just fix it now. Don't fix it later. All right, so I moved from that tree. I'm going to cut down 2 more. 1 and 2. Now I'm going to do the exact same thing. All right, so you guys get the picture. You want to find trees that you can hit 3 times so you can maximize the logs without maximizing your exposure to the area. Now, I'm going to right now find some logs on the map and just show you what they look like, and also point out that, that on iSurvive, which is a website that you can, a website that like has DayZ maps and different location spawns, you could filter plank spawns so that you could find out the area around your base. Let's say if you built here, I'm by Zelenogorsk here, I could look at iSurvive and be like, yo, I have plank spawns here, here, and here. Let me go to those spots and see what the status is of those plank spawns. And I'll show you what I mean right now about that. All right, so I've teleported myself over here, and this is what the lumber piles are going to look like. All right, and if you look, it says 252 of 252. And that means no one has touched this lumber pile. If you're playing on official or a server where people are seriously building bases, these things are like gold mines. So if someone finds one, normally what they do is they get a backpack just like this. They get a couple sharpening stones, and they'll come here and they'll just sit here all day. They'll just chomp down planks. Because each rotation gives you 3. And they will sit here all day. Look at that. I got 12 already. I'm going to repair this. Bring even more. And just like that, from one lumber pile, you can do what you need a bunch of axes for and cut down how many sharpening stones you want. This is the most effective way of gathering planks. These lumber piles. Just from one time, I got 20 planks. Alright, so now let's take all of these planks back to our base. Alright, so once we've made the journey out and we've got all of our planks, we're going to bring those back to our base. And normally what I like to do is I like to give it some time, maybe cover myself, make sure I'm safe, drop all of the heavy stuff on the ground so that I can secure myself in the building and my surroundings and make sure that no one was following me or anything like that. Okay. Something that happens when you make these pillars, by the way, is your fence kit drops. So you only ever need to make 1 of these. It'll drop on the ground every time, so you can just store that on yourself. So we're going to go to the soft side of this wall, and we're going to look. We need nails and planks. All right, let's make sure we got those. I know I'm secure. I got boom. I got boom. We got the hatchet. I should also... I wish I spawned a hammer, too. Well, too bad. All right, so now we go to the soft side of our wall, and we take our planks, and we fill them in the slot down here. And we're also going to go and open up our box of nails and place them over here in the corner. Now with a hatchet or a hammer in our hand, the little tiny hammer, not the meat tenderizer, but the little hammer, you want to look at the base of the fence and you want to find where it says build frame. There we go, build lower frame. And thank you. All right. And now, because I'm on the soft side of the wall, I just want to point this out. This is what I mean by soft side, and let's say hard side is the alternative. But because I'm on the soft side of the wall, I could dismantle this wall. I could also build it up because I'm on the soft side of the wall. So if I was on, I don't have admin tools on. If I was on the opposite side, I wouldn't be able to dismantle it, which means you want to seal your base in a way that doesn't allow people to get to this side of it. So now that we built the lower frame, we're going to scroll wheel on this because it lets me build all kinds of stuff. And we're going to build the upper frame. Boom. Now we're going to build the lower wooden wall. And then we're going to build the upper wooden wall. So from 1 box of nails and 20, actually 18, wooden planks, we were able to build an entire wall. How many nails were left over? 34. So about, what is that? 43 nails and 18 planks built this wall. 43 nails and 18 planks. Just really want to, for those of you that are like number crunchers. All right, so now that we have that built, now we have to turn it into a gate, and we have to implement a code lock on it. Or sorry, not a code lock. I wish it was a code lock. It is a combination lock. All right, so first things first, we have to come up to the soft side of the wall. And remember when I said we're going to put the wire here? Boom. Once we put the wire there, we have to put the pliers in our hand and build gate. We can look anywhere on the wall. It's everywhere. Build gate. Pliers are a nuisance. If you guys are out there and you ever see these things and you just think, oh, no one needs pliers. You need it for this one thing that is essential to base building. Always pick up pliers, okay? Please, for me. For me. Just do it for me. All right, now we have a gate. Boom. Look at that. All right, so after we got the gate there, we use the combination lock. And how you do that is you, as it says here, you can press the left click. It'll change the dial. So let's say I wanted the number to be 1119. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I don't know what that happened. 8, 9. Boom. 1119. I would attach it to the gate. And when I attach it to the gate, it's going to randomize. So now it's 2392. And what I would do is I would press F, switch through these. And I would switch these all back to the original number. Whoops. 1. And now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 1, 2. And then on the last one, so once you got the first 3 or 3 of them and you're doing the last code, what's going to happen when I hit the correct number, it's going to drop it onto the ground. This is very important. Very important. Also makes you super vulnerable right here. And this is why we need an airlock, which is something we're going to talk about. But watch, I'm going to put it to 9 right now. Boom. And that allows the gate to be openable again to everybody. And when I put the combination lock back in my hand, the one cool thing about combination locks is once I open that gate and then I close it and I'm safe inside and I click left click, boom. It's sealed with the exact same passcode, 1119. So if I wanted to go through it again, I would have to go 1119. It is quite tedious. I'm going to be straight with you guys. And that is why we're going to do something in a second to show you sort of a way to remedy the sorrows of that situation. But for now, I'm just going to leave this code lock off. I'm going to pretend like I have a squad of 85 Navy SEALs outside and they're protecting me at all times. All right, so we have our one wall built right here, our gates. And anyone can come in right now from any door, and it doesn't matter really, because I'm going to be vulnerable from all sides. If they come in that gate, or sorry, if they come in this door, they only have to go through this one wall still. So if I built one wall here and not a wall here, it's irrelevant that I built a wall there, right? It doesn't matter. So when you're talking about sealing your base or funneling people, what you want to focus on is you want to make sure that you gathered enough materials, I think, to do a lot of it at once or finish a large part of the project at once. Because if I built a wall here, let's say I did, okay? Let's do it right now because we're going to do it. So we may as well do it right now, baby. We have all the planks already. So all we're going to need to do, is to just go get some wooden logs. Boom. Let's make it happen. So we're going to seal right here. And now something that you would find is that it would be white or it would be gray like here. It wouldn't let you place it. So once again, you have to play with the angle. And it is tedious, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. It's not great. It's not very intuitive, but it gets the job done for sure. I think a large reason of it, I don't know if this is true, but this is just my thought, is they don't want it to be unrealistic where you could just build a wall into the dresser and into the thing. So they counter that by making it quite difficult to place things. But let's say we place the wall right here. Right? I don't want people being able to aim in right there, so I would try and angle it so that it's covering that part of the wall. Boom, right there. Sounds good to me. Sounds good to you. Sounds good to everybody. I'm placing it. Now remember, the soft side of the wall is on this side. And what do I need first? I need wooden logs, right? I need to set those pillars in. Let's go do it. Do I have a... Yeah, we're good. Yes, I do. Yes, yeah. All right, and remember, if I cut down this wooden log right here, let's do it. I'll just I want you guys to visualize it. Ooh, 2 though, and it has everything I need. You see, like, it's bad, but it's good. You know what I mean? Like, it gave me 2, which is how many I need to put a pillar on the right and the left of that wall. But now, if you were just someone, and you're walking by, let's say, and you are like, oh, I don't want to loot in there. That looks like industrial loot. I don't even care about that. And then you're walking by and you see this and you go, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Like, people that are walking by are going to see these trees that are down or fell, and they are going to have some knowledge that they otherwise would not. So it's important that you run the risk versus reward of felling trees right next to your base. I know it's convenient. I know you want to walk 5 feet with these wooden logs. I do too. I promise. But at the same time, we have to weigh the situation. And I also want to point out, you can't fit the wooden log in the backpack. A little too big. All right, so the soft side isn't on this side. It's on this side. We're going to attach that wooden log, and we're going to go grab that other one. You guys looked at my stamina yet since I've been doing this? What stamina? All right, so we got our second wooden log here. And what do we need next? We need to set those pillars in. What sets those pillars? Anything that digs. So we could use a shovel. We could use a pickaxe. I'm going to use a... Oh, I used the pickaxe last time. I'm going to use the shovel. Digging up them holes. Dig 'em. Digging up them holes. Hey. Digging up them holes. Dig 'em. Digging up them holes. Holes. Boom. I got my pillars in. Now that I got my pillars in, on the soft side, what do I need? I need nails and I need planks. Let's get her in. I got it all. I got it all. Wait, I need a hatchet too. Oh, I have the hatchet. Oh my god. Alright, so I am going to go ahead and pick up my fence kit, because remember, once I set these, my fence kit is just going to drop on the ground. I got to pick that bad boy up, right? Let's go ahead and grab our nails first. We're going to empty a box. Boom, boom, boom. We're going to take our planks. Boom. And now we know we can build literally everything. Build lower frame. All right, so we're building the lower frame here. And then we're going to build the upper frame. So you're always going to want to build the frames first. You're not going to want to build like lower wooden wall, because let's say for whatever reason you ran out of resource. You're going to want it to be sealed with both the top and the bottom, even if it is to where they could shoot through it. You're going to want it so that they can't walk through it, most importantly. Right? And you wouldn't want to have your base open while you're doing it all the same. So now we're going to build lower wooden wall, and then we are going to build the upper wall. Was that upper? Yeah. Build the upper wooden wall. So this is why I say you're not going to want to build it until you can build it all at once. Let's say this was it. Like, you were like, all right, I really did it. I got some work done for today. I blocked off that side, so they have to come through this side. It's going to be a nightmare for them. Ha, 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 ha. And you log off for the night. And then some unsuspecting person is just walking by, and they go, hey, wait a second, what's in there? And then they come in here, and they're like, oh, there's a base. If they have this hatchet, they could just come up to this side of the wall and dismantle it. And you may be thinking, like, why would they do that? What good is that for them? Like, what benefit do they get from doing this? Well, what happens when they dismantle this is they get planks and nails from it. Alongside this, whatever you left in the inventory slot here, let's say you left 4 planks in there, they could take those as well. And they could take the nails. Boom. And they could ruin all the work you did. Up to these wooden logs is normally what they'll take. They'll take everything else. So you're not going to want to build until you can really seal your location off. All right. So we're going to go ahead and put these back in there, because I actually want to build this. So I got to rebuild the top here. So now we are going to build a wall on the opposite side over here. Right there. Because we want everyone to come through this center choke point. Alright, so let's take the fence kit once again because it drops. And particularly in this house, this spot is really tough. Like trying to find it. Remember, I have a mod on which allows on the server to build everywhere. So I'm very sorry that it's not the best demonstration of this part. But what you need to do if you can't find it, remember, you can rotate it. You could get up on top of stuff. You could try and... You forgot what side is the soft side? You re-rotate it. Okay, soft side is this way. No, soft side is this way. No, I forgot. I'm going to redo it. Okay, soft side is facing towards me. That means soft side is facing that way, facing way. Perfect. Soft side's right there. And then you could like try and angle it to where it allows no one to access. Boom. I found the perfect spot. Remember, you could wiggle it too to try and find that whites. If you just get it white once, you know that you can make that fence happen. So what I need again, I need 2 wooden logs. Let's go get them. I'm a thick boy. Oh God. Oh God. Jeez, DayZ is crazy. Can I tell you? Guys, I have admin powers on this server. Like, it's only for the community. Like, I have no reason to be scared, but when that zombie ran across my screen, my heart still dropped. So I'm carrying the wooden log back. Remember, I need 2 of these in order to seal off that location there. So I'm just going to cruise on back. So, when picking a base, the less locations you have to seal off, the better. And ultimately, what ends up working... One second, my mom's calling. Mom? Hey, can... Yeah, I do know who that is.
Yeah, I got mail for
Nice, awesome. Okay.
Kind of though, how ironic that it's mailed to somebody else at this address. And
That's
she goes,
wild.
"How-"
Yeah, it's okay. I was just, it's like a tutorial, so it's all good. Okay?
Yeah. Yeah. They,
Okay, I love you so much. I'll talk to you later.
I love you.
All right, bye-bye. All right, so always answer the phone for your mom, guys. No matter what you're doing, stop what you're doing and answer the phone for your mom. So here, we have a fence, and I'm on the soft side of it. I brought 1 log back. I'm going to, boom! We're going back out. We need 1 more log for this part right now. Does this give me a wooden log? God. A wooden log? A lot just happened, guys. Sorry, I got out of my... I was in a flow state. I'm not even gonna lie. I ain't even gonna hold you. Alright. So we're taking this one back now. What was I gonna say? Okay, so a couple things. 3-digit code locks suck. If you're using it as the only thing sealing your base, like 2-3 digits, that's not a good play. Also, you're gonna probably want different digits for each code lock. You're not gonna want the same one for each code lock, because then once someone figures it out, if they end up code locking breaking it, they're gonna code lock break the next one. And with 3 digits, it's really easy to do that. With 4, you can kind of get away from it. No one's gonna really be... Everything's taking me out of my flow state. What's going on? Servers restarted. With 4 digits, no one's really gonna find that code lock. Verse 3, you're not gonna want 2-3 digits if that's all you can find to have the exact same code, because someone could code break it in 20 minutes to an hour. All right, we're going to log back in here and get back to it. All right, back to what I was saying there. When you are building a base, you're going to want a base that doesn't need many walls in order to seal it off. For example, this piano house isn't the best because you need to seal 4 locations to make this gate the one location they can get through, right? So there, we have 1. Oh, God damn it. I thought I already moved 1. Oh, no, it rewound. Oh, no. So that's something to think about as well when you're looking for a location. Also, buildings like this, as much as they are boring, maybe not this one because there's giant holes in the wall, but when they don't have any furniture and they're just bland inside, these make for the best storage locations. So oftentimes industrial buildings are the most sought after base locations in DayZ because they make for a great deal of ease when placing the fences, which you haven't really seen because I have admin, or sorry, because we have the build anywhere mod up. There we go. So we got this last log. Let's take her in. Now, the next thing I'm going to talk about is stashing. So you can bury items that are like considered containers in DayZ. And that's not including like barrels or tents, but pretty much anything that you can put stuff in. So you could bury the medical bag, dry bag, teddy bear, sea chest. You could bury a lot of items. So let's say you got pliers and you got a whetstone and you got 3 boxes of nails and you were like, oh man, I don't know what to do. I don't know what's going on. You could loot around. And if you find even a tiny little wet bag, you can bury it. So let me show you what that looks like. So here we have a little wet bag, okay, a little dry sack. And you can do this to a number of items. You can look those up. I don't know every single one. But what you can do is you can put your pliers in the bag along with your code lock, along with your nails. And then you could take this to a location, maybe like a hidden location, one where a lot of players won't be. Oh, the zombie's going to get the fade really quick. Sorry about that. I have no stamina. This is going to suck. Durable little buddy. So you could take it, and then you could take your pickaxe or your shovel, the same stuff that you used earlier, and you can left click bury. What I recommend when it comes to burying these things is that you don't bury it attached to any situation. So that would be like a terrible place to bury it, right? If you're walking by, you'd be like, what on earth is that? And people are going to be trafficking here. So when I talk to people about burying stuff, what I always recommend is burying it connected to a structure or something that you can pinpoint. So we want to build in this house here, this piano house. We've decided that. What I would do is I would go, all right, well, we're on the backside hay bales of the piano fence. I'm going to go out into the trees, and it looks like there's one lone tree there, just a solo tree. I'm going to bury it in the grass right next to that tree. Or even better, you're going to look for, here we go, like a bush. Now, there is a trick that you can do, which is good if the server is going to restart, and that's if you cut down a tree. Oh, come on now. You got to get 2 sticks out there. If you cut down a tree, and then you put your stash right underneath it, it'll be really hard to see. So I'm going to put it right where it would be. It's really hard to see, and then on top of that, when the server restarts, they're going to have to cut down that tree in order to get access to that thing. So, but most importantly, you don't have to worry about bugging it like that, like burying it under something. Just bury it connected to a structure out in the woods. Oh, I'm bleeding. I don't think I have bandage. Oh, no. I'm just going to let it go. I'm going to let it ride. So I'm going to dig this up because I actually need those pliers in a little bit. There's blood in the dirt. And for a lot of people, I think burying stuff is probably a really good play. It's going to allow you to make mistakes and be able to recover from that. Burying stuff, especially when you bury it hidden well, burying stuff is probably one of the best things a new player can do when trying to accomplish this huge feat of building a base. So now that we have our 2 pillars in there, or our 2 things, we need to set it, which is with a shovel or the pickaxe, blah, blah, blah. Let's dig it up again. And now we're going to build an airlock. So I have, once I have this thing all the way upgraded, I have it. Oh, I don't have enough. I'm going to have to go get more planks. Well, that sucks. But I'm going to have a room. I'm going to have a room in the middle here that is going to act as a temporary spot for me to stash stuff. Remember, my fence kit drops on the ground. So I'm going to show you what I mean right now. I'll just build the frame of this. I don't got to build it all the way. I bet you some people are having a panic attack because it says 1 bleeding down there. I promise I am too. No, let's not do the wall. Let's do... Remember, we always build the frames first. Most importante. Alright, and then we're going to go get more planks, but I'm going to go to a nearby plank location. I'm going to fly over there really quick. 1 second. Up, up, and away! Alright, we're here at another lumber pile, and we need our handsaw, and then we're just going to get planks. Boom. And we're just going to keep an eye on our handsaw, and whenever we see it get damaged like that, we're just going to stop, and we're going to repair it. And then we're going to cut planks again. As soon as we see it get stopped, hit again, we're just going to stop and repair it. And there are certain locations where you can find 3 or 4 of these lumber piles together. This particular location in the northwest is... There's also a heli crash here. What the hell is going on? So, looks like we have... grip load of these guys. Let me see if that's enough. Oh yeah, that's enough. Alright, and now that we have... Oops. Oh, looks like my hatchet's a little damaged. Now that we have all these planks, we are going to first off seal this, finish this up. We're going to make sure that it's all the way Gucci's. Let me put a stack of planks in there. Oh, I have the admin tools on, my bad. And we're going to build lower wooden wall. Then we're going to go build upper wooden wall. Now, I'm going to show you what the platform is, just so you know it exists and what it does. So you can build a platform. And this is definitely good for certain situations, but it doesn't always have a place. So after we build the platform, we could dismantle it, but also what you can do is you can build platform stairs. Why won't it let me build the Oh, I don't think I have enough. Something? What am I missing here? Oh, yeah, build left stairs or right stairs. So you can build stairs that come off of this. Let's say I built right stairs. And this could definitely be good for like shooting over or something in certain situations. And you could build that on both sides too. Like I could build left stairs even though I built the right stairs. All right, so we got that set up there. And now we're going to build one more right here. So I need first off my fence kit. I'm going to put it nice and snug on the wall. Remember, soft side is towards me. Boom, there we go. And what do I need? I need 2 wooden logs. Let's make it happen. Please say there's wooden logs right here. I'm going to take that tree. Please say it's 2, baby. Come on, give me 2. You look like a twofer. Woo! That's 2, baby. That was 3, but we're not going to even do it. Boom. And we're walking, and we're walking. It feels faster when I'm in this menu. No? Help me, guys. No, maybe not. It's a heli crash. I got business to attend to. I don't care about no heli crash. Alright, so this is what I'm talking about when I say an airlock. And I don't know that it's an airlock, because an airlock is like, I think where they depressurize the air or something, but more so just like a seal off. I'm going to call it an airlock. The idea is that you have 2 gates instead of just the one to get to your loot. And the reason why getting 2 is really important. You could build more than 2. You could technically build an endless amount of airlocks. You could just keep building. I don't know that there's a limit. If there is, I don't know. But what it does is it makes it to where when you are coming back to your base, you are not at as big a risk of losing all of your stuff. And I'm actually, this wall right here, this gate is going to be bad, and I'm not going to change it. I'm going to let it be bad. I'm going to show you guys so that none of you guys make this mistake. But we're gonna put this wooden log on there, and we're gonna upgrade this guy. Okay. Remember, we're not on the hard side. We're on the soft side. We got that guy in there. We got pitch axe. We need to set the 2 pillars. Boom, boom, boom. So now I have my fence set up, but I want to show you guys something, all right? So when I attach this combination log, if I'm facing the hard side of the door, it's going to be on the left side. So, well, okay. See how it's on the left side of the door? It's around the pillar, right? So I'm going to unlock this one really quick. What did I say? 1119. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, now that we know that on the hard side of the wall, it's going to be all the way on the right. What is going to happen when I close this gate off? On the hard side of the wall, which is this side, it's going to be all the way on the left. So it's going to be on that pillar right there. Can I access that? No, right? So what I did accidentally is I built this all the way up. I built it to the max. I finished building this wall, and then I realized I closed it. I went, oh no, I can't access it. So what you need to do if that happens and you have these pillars here, let's say I've dismantled it after building it, I could go up with the same thing, just a pickaxe or a shovel, and I could dismantle base. This is just going to break down everything into components again. Boom. Now I have 2 wooden logs and a fence kit. I think I already had the fence kit, but so I'm going to move those. So now, what do I need? On the hard side, that right side, I need it to be accessible in the front. So maybe in this situation, I would want to do it like that, or I would want to try and find a way to angle it, maybe even like that, right? We could even get it down the hallway. We'll do it this way, just because I think this is something that you would be able to do in the vanilla. Boom. Now when I set the pillar, the hard side, which is the side I'm on, there is where the point is going to be, right? My 2 wooden logs here. I'm going to place them on there. I didn't realize I was doing that wrong, but then I processed it. I went, ooh, I did that once before. My bad. All right, so we got the 2 pillars up. And I know that this one is going to be accessible when I seal this off. Now we are going to take my planks. We're going to fill the slots here. I'm going to get more nails because I'm going to need more nails. And we are going to build the frame, baby. If you are thinking like, oh, which frame is stronger? You want to build the lower one first. Lower is going to be a little bit more important. It's like if you're building the wooden wall, let's say you couldn't build both. You can only build one. Build the lower. It's harder for them to hit the upper one with grenades and explosives and such, which is the way that you raid a base. All right, so we got whole wall built. Boom. So now, something that happens in DayZ is even though in real life it wouldn't make any goddamn sense if this bad boy opened right now, DayZ don't care about that at all. I need one more metal wire because I gotta turn that into a gate right now, which takes pliers and why did my guy's hand come up all slow like that? And metal wire. So now we're gonna go up to the gate, or on the soft side, we're gonna put the wire on it, and we're gonna build the gate. Yep. And let's say I were to open it. Check that out. It opens into the wall. I could get in. Opens into the wall. And because of my mod, the Build Anywhere mod, it's going to be technically on this server, you could build into walls more. But even on Vanilla DayZ, you could build it into the wall just like that. Now, let's make sure our code lock is good and I'm not a complete moron. Beep. See the code lock right there. Okay, and that is like in Piano House, we need to block off all these locations, right? I can't just, okay, let me, I wish I could, man. I wish there was something like, wish code locks weren't so difficult. 1, 2, 3, and 9. I won't use this anymore. But now what happens? All right. Let's say you had juicy loot. All of your loot, you would obviously store it up here because it's behind 2 walls. They would have to get through 2 locations. That front gate over there and this gate here. Or this wall here. Or that wall there and this gate here. So in every direction, they have to break through 2 walls to get to your base. That is what you want when you're moving forward. So let's say, for example, I was like, okay, well, I have a gate here. Let me build another gate outside. And I built another gate right here. Well, that wouldn't do me any good unless I built another wall on the other side of this. And another wall. You're going to want an even amount of walls in between your loot and the outside on all sides. Because someone is going to look for the cheapest way, the least expensive way to get into your base. So normally what I do is I try and find a place where there's only one point of entry. If you were trying to get super metagamey, I want to break down the barriers and make it impossible for them to get my stuff. You'd find a location that has one entry point and you would just build gates. Now, something that happens, the god Wobo actually did the mathematics on this. If I stack a gate right here and there's a gate right behind it, they will both take equal damage. So if I put another gate right here and I dropped a grenade right here, this gate and the one behind it will get hurt equal amount. So it's within a little bit of a proximity when it comes to that stuff. All right. Now, let's say I have all my juicy loot upstairs. The reason you want this airlock structure is because when you open this gate, let's say you just came home from a sick loot run, you're like, dude, I'm balling out of control. And you come inside, this gate is closed actually because you're a professional DayZ player, and you unlock the code, and you open it. Right when you open this door, let's say someone is right there and they shot you in the back, or they were waiting. Someone hunted you on the way home, and right when you open it, they blah, 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 right? They killed you. So long as you have this other door here, and you have 2 gates, 2 locations for them to break into, unless they have explosives to blow this up, your loot is still going to be safe, right? And the main thing that you need to think about when it comes to coming back to your base and making sure that you're safe is when you get here, if you're a solo player, I would say like you have to spend a little extra time to make sure no one is around you. Because this moment of unlocking this code lock and then opening it and getting here is a super vulnerable small window that you could be abused in. So when you make an airlock like this, one thing that you can also do is put like a barrel down here and have it be like a temporary storage where like if you were trying to build more infrastructure up top or something, you could come in and drop all of your supplies in the barrel and then go back out, so you don't have to go through 2 padlocks every single time, and you could get your job done faster. there are a lot of like small things when it comes to building a base, like nuanced things that you're going to learn that aren't going to help you anywhere else in the world. That only in DayZ are these things going to help you. But you're going to learn them through experience, and that experience sometimes has a huge cost of time. I hope that this video just saved one person on having to screw up that one thing and go, oh, dude, no, I got to go back, because I know how that feels. So when you're out there, guys, remember, soft side is so important. Make sure that you're re-rotating. Right-click to cancel. I'm not going to repeat anything. You guys can watch the video again. Thank you so much. That's how you build the base. Make sure you're securing yourself. Even if you think they can't get in and there's like a little window in the back, they could probably get in. You know what I mean? So you really got to make sure that that base is sealed and secure. I care about you guys. Good luck out there. Be good to each other. Or don't.